I know you gotta show my little shuffle. I'm excited because I have a dope guest in the building today. You know her. You've seen her so many times. We have Deb in the building.
Hey, y'all.
Yo, you ain't been on since like Copycats.
Yeah, because you won't let me come on. I love you.
See, I do let you come on,
You don't
but
let me come on. You have me in the back slaving and working.
I do, but I love you. I mean, listen, guys.
I'm always here.
I'll be honest. The podcast would not be what it is without all of your wonderful commitment and help to make it such an amazing place.
So you brought me on here to cry?
No, I'm not trying to make you cry or nothing.
I just want to make sure.
I'm sorry, I'm a little selfish with you.
I know.
You know.
No, I love being helped. I love what you're doing. I love season 1. It's been amazing to be a part of it. We've had so many amazing guests come through here.
Yes.
That, of course, that blessed you on screen, but even behind scenes, that have blessed me.
Y'all don't even know the behind the scenes really be the show.
Y'all don't know. That's really the show. That's the show. That's really the show.
It's the show after the show.
Yeah, we need to start recording those so people can get that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's private. Oh, wait. Speaking of private, that's what our topic is going to be about today.
Privacy.
Why so private?
Child. And you know that's one of my pet peeves.
But not in the manner that you guys are probably thinking. So, what we're talking about is private pages in business.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, so guys, just a little background before we get into how Deb truly feels about this.
You want to know?
Because I already know. But you know, if you are a business owner, something that you see, right? Typically, most people find you, hear about you, you're recommended via social media. That's a big platform now. Whether it be Instagram, Facebook, any of these YouTube,
anything.
all of these different outlets.
Yeah.
Yes. But you know, one thing I've learned in business is that people are watching whether they say something to you or not.
Even whether they follow you or not.
Yeah, even whether they follow you or not, they're watching. They're looking you up and they're looking you up and they're researching you or they're you know, kind of seeing what you're about. Before they do business. And I mean, literally at the end of the day, it's something you can't control. When you decide that you want to service the public, then that's what you do, you know? So one thing that I've noticed is like private pages in business. It's so funny backstory. Funny, not so funny, but very funny backstory. When I was mentored in business initially, it was like almost frowned upon that I had a public page.
Really?
And it was just like, oh, I don't function that way because I don't like people seeing this and I don't like people seeing that. And I never really understood that mindset because if I look at myself on a global level, so I don't look at myself as a small business. Although I am a small business, I operate with you. I don't know.
You Oprah, no.
But I don't operate in that manner. If I have manifested and said that I want the world to see me, then the world is going to see me, whether it be good, bad, ugly, indifferent. Nobody is me. There is not I have never met anybody on the planet who is me.
Of course not.
At all. So when I know people aren't me, that means they can't do things like me. And obviously you may have people that we like to look at copying different.
Yeah.
Who admire you, who may take ideas or something like that from you. But if you truly understand who you are, you already know nobody could do you like you do.
Yeah,
right?
you know, that's my motto. That's my motto.
Absolutely.
And I think so. I want to say this to every business owner, big, small, middle, whatever you consider yourself. Dear entrepreneurs and business owners, private pages were not made for your business.
No, they weren't.
If you want to have a private personal page, I understand that.
I get, absolutely.
But you know, that's one of my pet peeves. There's been times like, I'll use this as an example. I was looking for a makeup artist, you know, the makeup. I was like, okay. And I don't know I think you sent me a few people. And out of the few people, I couldn't even see their work because their page was private. And guess what I did? I moved right along.
Yeah.
It's just a turnoff. It's like, what are you hiding? Right? And like, why would you, again, if you're a business and you're selling a product, a service, or whatever, why wouldn't you want it open to be looked upon about future customers? Somebody, what if I want to invest in your business? Why do I have to come behind the curtain and loopholes to become your friends? Like, are you just, I think when I think about it, it's kind of like, are you just trying to sell to your friends and your family?
And so that was one of the points that I was going to make. So what I have viewed and understanding people who do things like this. And again, listen, when I say these things, I'm only talking from experience, things that I've seen. I can't say this applies to everyone. People are really scared of overflow. Believe it or not.
So do you think that's why people keep their pages private?
That, and it's an insecurity behind what some of the things that I know behind certain things. Not all, because I also know sometimes there are issues as to why people have to go private as well.
Okay.
But which is a more understandable thing. But like certain things like, oh, I don't want people seeing what I do, or
like the techniques of something that I use.
Yeah, like I know somebody who's like, oh, I don't like that. Don't put your camera on in here and da-da-da-da. I don't like people seeing. But you can't, on one hand, want business word of mouth, but then say no. But a lot of people are scared of overflow, and some people do like to control their environments. And respectively, I understand, because sometimes, even in business, although you want to be open to the world, as a business owner, you do have the liberty to choose who you want to do business with, from business owner to customer. However, I kind of feel like that discernment comes from a conversation.
Yeah, a conversation or some type of interaction. I don't think it comes from secluding yourself into this box, right? Like my pastor would always say, things go in boxes, not people, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I think I don't understand that. And I understand that, everybody's audience is not going to be a global audience, right? It's not, and maybe that's not the goal for them. But I don't understand if you're, again, packaging a service, how are you going to, you making your page private, let's use the makeup, for example. Is that gonna, you making your page private or me asking to be your friend, that doesn't guarantee that I'm gonna be a client either.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's no different if I went through, it's actually probably a harder or a loophole for the customer to get through to even see your work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And honestly, it's like, and that's been like the response, customers. Because I remember, again, I don't say names or whatever, but the person in particular has a private page in business, and their approach is always, if someone follows them, you're inboxing them like, oh, what's up? Who sent you? Like, I feel like that could be like a turn off. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because it's like, I'm just here to see your work. Regardless, I always think of life like this. You can't make nobody buy what you're selling.
Nobody.
Not a person in the world.
At all.
Everybody not buying what you're selling. And here's the thing. There are people who are great, magnificent at the things that they do. But there's nothing that's going to force me to buy anything from you. Yeah. So it's okay if somebody sees you in passing. It's okay if somebody just, flies by. I'm sure Instagram tells me how many visits I have to my page on a daily basis. Yeah. So I'm able to see those numbers and stuff like that.
I know who's following me. I know when people drop
I know my demographic.
I know demographics.
Yeah, I know my demographics. I know all of that stuff. And it's okay. If 111 people today follow my page, right? Follow the page or just came by to visit, probably 2 or 3 hit me up. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
But think about the 111 people that would have come by and had to request you to even see if they wanted to buy. Like, I just feel like you lose people along the way. I want to be, there's no other place. Think about it. Think about a department store, right? And I know we shop online now, so it's a little bit different. But let's say you're in Nordstrom's or Bloomingdale's or Macy's or wherever you shop, y'all.
If you look at yourself like that.
Right? And you are... I need a pair of shoes. What if they had it boxed off where I have to go through security to get it?
All of those shoes. Or even if, let's just say, on a shoe rack, all of the shoes are in boxes, and the only way that you get to see the shoes is if you open up the lids of every shoe box. Who wants to do that?
Nobody wants to do that.
Nobody wants to do that.
And even in expensive places, right? I'm still able to see it.
Yeah.
I might not be be able to touch it. Do you know what I mean? They may be like, oh, you want to see this? I need to get the key to give you this particular bag. But I still get to see what you offer. Yeah. So I just feel like people they definitely lose me. Yeah. Anytime I go to a business page and it's private, I keep it moving. Because in the back of my head, I'm just like, create your own private page so you can keep your privacy private, right? And everybody's, everybody can have that. My page is public because I use my page. My page is really not about me. I mean, it is to a certain extent, but it's more about purpose, and it's more about what I'm doing. You don't get to see my everyday life. That's not something that I really post right? I post what I feel like that's relevant to what I'm doing. So people can, yes, you get a peek into my life, but you don't get to see my whole entire life. Yeah. And I feel like for business owners, if that is the thing, like you want to keep your which I understand. You want to keep your kids private, or you want to keep relationships private and all of that.
Or put it on a private
page. But for your business, if you're selling something, and I just feel like, one, to be successful where people don't, I feel like, I just can't understand. I wish we had somebody in the room that had a private page that they could kind of like
it was
give
funny,
us that perspective. I don't get it.
I was mentored under that type of rhetoric, and I always combated it. Also, don't post your menus, don't post this, don't post that. At the end of the day, my price is my price. What I do is what I do. Yeah. I don't really care. Like, even if somebody came to because I've had people say that, like, oh, I came to your page because I wanted to make sure that I was charging enough. And I'm just like, okay, like, I don't care if you use me as a reference for whatever.
Yeah, but
it doesn't matter because we have to do that because in order for me to sell what I sell, I had to do research on what the market is for that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Also, too, I've actually spoken to people who have private pages. Sometimes also they have fears that, say for instance, their competitor will come to their page and like follow all of their people or their customers that comment. But I'm like, but that's okay. But that's their extra steps, and that does not guarantee that just because they follow those people that they're going to leave. Because at the end of the day, if you got loyal customers and you got people who believe in what you do, they're gonna stay with you. And guess what? Lord, and I don't want to sound like cocky when I say this, but for every person that decides to leave, it's 5 more behind them. So
but
like,
I don't think
I'm
that's cocky.
Worried about. I'm not worried about, like, ultimately, if I've made someone feel a certain way in business, then I'm sorry, but I'm not going to like beat myself up about losing somebody because you just wanted to go in the first place anyway. Like, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. If it was that easy for you to leave, you never really believed like you thought you did. You know what I'm saying? So I don't worry about things like that, but I think it all comes down to back to emotional intelligence too. When it comes to how you deal with certain things, like, it's about emotional intelligence. Like, if you're confident and you're good at what you do, you don't have to worry about being private because at the end of the day, people are talking regardless. Yeah. Like, they are.
I think what you said. So there's ways around even the competitor part, right? So you make a private page and you don't want your competitor to look.
They're gonna get somebody.
I was about to say, we live in social media. You know how many people have fake pages or ways to access your page without being followers. It just doesn't make sense to me, though I understand that. I think I really don't understand it, and it may just be where I am in life and where I am with myself. The thing you said at the beginning, like, nobody can do you like you. So whether you're a makeup artist, whether you're creating, you're a creative, whether you're whatever you do, whether you're a podcaster or whatever, first of all, you should have inspiration, right? You would hope, or I would only hope, and I know you feel the same way. I would only hope that somebody looks at my page and say,
be like,
wow,
yo, that's dope. I want to do that too. That means I'm doing my job.
That means I'm doing my job and I'm doing it correctly.
Absolutely.
That I have enough, I'm having the influence on people that they even want to copy. And not even copy, because inspiration ain't necessarily copying. Yeah. We talked about this on Copycats, but seeing something that's dope, how can I utilize that for me, right? Yeah. So that should always be happening in my life. I'm gonna talk about me because I can't talk about anybody else. I just don't see, because here's the thing. If you don't know who I am, you accept me as a friend, or you kind of take me through all these channels to even get to see your page, I mean, I still have access to your page. So if I did want to copy, if I did want to look, if I did want to find your followers, I still now have access to that. Yeah, it's just too much work. It's too much work.
And to even extend the combo too, I had to even grow emotionally intelligent with blocking people. I don't even care no more like that. There was a time that I was a bliggity blocker. Okay, I will bliggity block you if I even vote for any reason you are coming to bring the wrong energy to my page. And which is, I mean, it's not uncommon. You have celebrities who block people because they go too far, they do too much.
I understand to a certain extent.
So I do understand it too.
You was on a different level.
Yeah, I was a bliggity blocker.
You was like, no. Hold on, 1 second. I didn't even know how to I didn't even know how to block. I was like,
I definitely reached a point, but that also was a very trying time in my life because I definitely felt under attack. But those were my own personal issues. It had nothing to do with things. It usually stems from like a personal issue because I know even in the time that I felt like, I was blocking people, I don't want them to. Them people, it's certain people that I blocked. I don't even know how they found out. I might have unblocked because I honestly went through my list one day and I unblocked mostly everybody. I didn't care. I was just like, it is what it is. Like, I'm out here. Like, you're going to see me regardless. If you don't see me, you're going to see me on your friends page, jugging and shopping. So it don't even matter. But, I do know that, like I said, it came from like a personal place. And there are people that I block who actually came back to refriend me. And I friended them back too. It is what it is. There's nothing that I'm doing that's private because number one, I look at myself. I'm running a business. If I say
you're creating a brand,
exactly. If I say that I'm a brand ambassador, it's not just for the little. I don't want to say little people. The small group of people that I decide should see it. No, it's for the world. Because if just that one, like I honestly, I can't do that anymore. I can't be private. I can't do this. You want to know why? Because I really believe in businesses, and thank God that I have posted businesses, posted so many different things that have really changed the game for other people in business. And I think
God, about if you were private.
Exactly. Like I thank God that it's literally I've literally had people. This is why the podcast is thank God. Yeah. Is that I know I'm an influencer. I know that things that I say are impactful. I know that things that I do are impactful. I know that the work that I'm out here doing is impactful.
And you want to share with the world.
And I want to share with the world. Yep. So when I'm recommending somebody, I know for me, and as a customer, I have done business with people who have private pages, but typically it's because I know you.
Okay.
If I don't know you like that, I'm not doing that. Because, I've wanted, braids before. I've wanted, some type of my hair or something like that done. And it definitely felt like leaps.
I do understand when you first start. So if you had a public page, a private page as your personal page, and then you're kind of transforming that page to your business page, or trying to figure out where you want to keep the following that you have as that. I do understand that, but I think everybody has to get to a place or change your page of what you're sharing on there. And I had to do that myself. Like my personal page really was my personal page. Yeah. I don't know that I ever had a private page. Maybe when I first joined Instagram.
I had a private page when I had a personal page. Yeah. Honestly, how my page functions is that I give you portions of my personal life because it is part of I give portions of my personal life. Blended with business, blended with other businesses, because honestly, I am a brand. My walk of life is what people buy. You get what I'm saying?
You're selling you.
I'm selling me. Yeah. But I can say that was very hard for me to unlearn because I was taught and mentored in an environment that was just like that. Like this. Everything was like, don't share too much, don't give too much, don't this, don't that. And honestly, once I started changing that mindset and stepping outside of that, it opened up so much more for me. Yeah. So if somebody I'm telling you guys, if you are being mentored or somebody's telling you that, please, the worst thing to do is make your page private. If you are a person but be honest with yourself.
Yeah. If you're limiting yourself.
If you're not ready for overflow, then I get it. Just be private because you're like, listen, the floodgates are gonna open and I'm kind of not in a place for that yet. Yeah. But if you're a person who's saying that you want more, you desire more, you need more clients, you need this, then you have to be more open, with the world, because at the end of the day, I know me. I only really, if I know somebody's private, typically it's only because I know them that I will still continue to do business with them.
I don't.
If I don't know you like that, 9 times out of 10, I don't want to work to spend my money. I just don't.
About to say.
I mean, I've had people who so for me, for instance, I don't have my website's coming, but I don't have a website. Honestly, the reason why my website is almost done, but the reason why I actually like to talk to people. But now I've really outgrown where I really can. It's becoming too much for me. As far as trying to take orders, take payments, do all these different things. But I made a decision. Like, I put my menu right on my page. You can find it. You can see all the information that you need. So we can talk so that you can order, but I don't want to make people feel like they're going through loopholes to spend money with me. I don't want to, like, if I feel like I have to work,
bogs you down.
Yeah, like if I gotta work to spend my money, man, what? I'm not doing that. I'm not researching and buying, bro. I'm not doing that. So I went to somebody's page recently. And they had all the information laid out. Literally, I was wondering, like, okay, well, how much would it cost for me to get my hair done by them? It was like a lot of rules. I love it. It drove me a little crazy, but it was honest, but and it was very forward information, and I got everything I needed, and I was like, but I don't know. I really like this. Like, I probably will, move forward with them. Yeah, and even whether they seen it or not. Again, you don't have to. Here's one thing. I don't count money that I don't have. So I don't care if 5 people came to my page. If they did not spend money, I don't count them.
And you don't know who's watching you. I think so. So 2 things I want to say about the blocking thing, right? Mm-hmm. You know I don't block people.
Blockly block. Not no more, y'all. I used to be a blocker.
It has to be like. I've definitely, of course, I'm sure everybody's encountered weird stuff on social media. But it would have to be something weird. I just believe, the Lord prepares a table before you in the presence of your enemies. So let them watch.
Oh, definitely.
So I don't have the time nor the energy to see who's following me. I don't have the time and energy.
Typically, people block me or unfollow me. I ain't even know. I don't search people.
I do get a report of what it is, but not to care who is unfollowing or whatever. Just to figure out, hey, what should I be doing? Because again, this is work. It's purpose. I'm trying to make sure I'm engaging properly, not so much for who, because I'm not going to be, like you said, I'm not for everybody. And I understand that. I'm not trying to be. No. I'm not trying to be.
I want 7,000 followers.
Yeah.
I don't have 7,000 customers. You think I can?
Yeah, but you just never. So, and back to, you never know who's watching. What if somebody who's in a position, and this is how I just look at blessings, right? Mm-hmm. One door could change your life.
Yes. All you need is that one.
All you need is that one door. And how do you know, in whatever you do, in whatever field you are, that people are not watching you to watch your character, to watch what you post, to watch how well you do business, to watch how you interact, to watch that thing? Because I'm an observer. That's kind of.
I'll tell you a story about that.
That's what I do until they even befriend you, let alone buy from you.
I'll tell you a story. So shout out to King Dia. Dia, back in 2018, she had nominated me for an award. She nominated me for an award, and this particular network or whatever, it was entrepreneurship and health and wellness.
Gotcha.
And I had never met the lady, but I got a random call one day. She said, "Hi, I want to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. She would not tell me who nominated me, nothing. She was like, someone nominated you for this award. I mean, she read snippets of the nomination. I was like, oh my God, somebody's looking at me like this. What is this?
Oh my God.
Right, I was like, oh, she was like, but one thing, before I award these awards, I monitor people's social media. She said, and I love how you carry yourself. She said, you're very fun, but you're not too raunchy. She was like, you're very well spoken. You have a great, amazing.
I love that.
She was like, people are really into you and they love what you do. You have a great fan base and all of this different stuff. And here's the thing. The funny thing is, my relationship with even Dia at that time was very new. So even for her to observe so much about me within that space or whatever, because it's open, it was there. Like, you get what I'm saying? Another thing, let's talk about Shahida.
I was just about to say that.
Shahida from Sam's Creations. You guys will see this episode, so I don't want to give too much away. But the unveiling of what she gave me personally
was from
she literally
IG.
Like, it gave it, like, as I'm talking about it, I have chills.
Me
because
too. It was like observation.
Absolutely, probably one of my best episodes. Shout out to everybody, but I'm sorry I got to say it.
No, that was
it was just but everything was based on what she saw from my page. Like, and even though I'm open about a lot of things, there are some things that I am a little more private about, but I gave enough where she knew exactly who I was, and she was able to make what she created come to life because she was able to monitor and see. And I had no idea that she even peeped half of this stuff. Like, granted, you do post it on internet, but you don't realize how many, like, one thing she gave me in particular, I think I posted that quite a while ago. It was quite a while ago,
I think it was around May.
Right. And I've even gotten gifts, and I've gotten like so many dope things have come out of just my transparency, people watching me, paying attention to what I like. Everybody knows I love sunflowers. I've literally had people buy me all of these different things, like, Amber, I saw the sunflower and I wanted to give you this or do this or whatever. Oh, I thought about you. I remember a school was following me that I had no idea. They've been watching me for forever, and they were like, "Can you come and do our health workshop?"
Yeah, I think when you're private, you block your blessings.
You do.
I think you put yourself in a box that whether you're trying to control the overflow, I think you put yourself in a box that you are controlling, who could just roll past and see what you know what I'm saying, what you have to offer, and that's in every realm of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you're getting gifts, you're getting people that are observant enough to be like, hey, I know you like this particular thing, or hey, this person. What if somebody's looking for a makeup artist and they scroll by and see what they're looking for and what you're giving? What if somebody's looking for a trainer and they see Mike and Mike's page was private? Because you imagine, I'm just like, I just can't imagine.
Shout out
you
to Mike, that's my boy too.
Hey Mike, I miss him. I'm coming back.
And Mike one thing Mike even taught me, which I thought was like super dope. And I remember one time, it was so funny. I'm gonna expose my friend Ant. One time he was like, yo, I was following your trainer, and I know you guys were doing like this challenge or whatever. He was like, and I had went in the gym and I did the challenge with y'all. Yeah. And I said that I was laughing with Mike one day, and I was telling him about that. He said, yeah, I don't care what I post. He said, I mean, I don't give everything away. He said, but if somebody in another gym feel like they want to try my challenge, then fine. I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? He said, it doesn't matter. He said, because the people who train with me are for me. Like, that's it. And and here's the thing. He's telling you, do 100, 100, 100. He ain't tell you what weight.
No.
He ain't tell you how long it's going to take.
He ain't tell you the technique.
He ain't tell you the technique. He's not telling you the form. So you can decide to do whatever you want on your own. So you're not cheating nobody. No. Like, he doesn't feel slighted like, oh, you ain't going to come train with him and you going to try to do it on your own. Like, there are people like that. So what if they saw you in a video and they mimic it? That does not mean that they're doing it the proper way. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. You can't worry about that. And sometimes you have to give people, like, you know what I learned? Like, some people will be like, oh, I can't wait to order. And they won't say nothing. They'll just say that or whatever. Or they'll be like, they were kind of interested. But some people are just afraid to approach, right? They're just scared. Yeah. They don't want to inbox. So I take the step and hey, how are you? Da-da-da-da. And in that moment, I'll grab a cell just from like, oh, my God, thank you so much for reaching out to me or whatever. I have customers who I didn't even know watch the podcast like that because they don't say much. They just sit and watch. And they have sent businesses to me. You. I've signed up at least 4 to 5 businesses just from a customer tagging, like, hey, you need to go with her.
But here's the thing. If you're private, I think of social media like LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's to be social.
Do people have LinkedIns that are private? No, because you're looking for a job.
Right.
So if you're looking to be an influencer, if you're looking to sell something, if you have a product that you're trying to give, even past your family and friends, because private to me means... Because
most of your family and friends aren't your customers.
They aren't your customers.
It's a blessing if they are, but typically they're not.
Typically not. Typically the people
strangers
who watch the podcast are typically not my friends.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I'm an avid
I was about to say, I have a great support team that are around me. But a lot of people that are watching, I don't even know who they are. I went, perfect example, I went to my brother's wedding, right? He's not my brother by blood, because I know y'all wondering, but my brother's wedding. And at the wedding, he was like, it was a young lady there, beautiful young lady, and she kept on like looking at me. I had no idea why, right? And he came over, he's like, sis, my cousin loves your show. And I was like, oh my gosh. She's like, oh my God, the episode, she talked about the episode me and you had done together with grief and whatever. And she's like an avid listener. And I was just like, never met this girl a day in my life. Hadn't seen her, wasn't following her, none of that. Who knows how she got to the podcast? Like, but think about if I was like, and I guess it goes back to purpose, right? My purpose, the purpose of your podcast is to get all these small businesses exposed, as well as teach people in entrepreneurship what to do. The Exchange Place is healing. How I'm going to keep that to myself? You know what I mean? It just doesn't even make sense. Like, okay, so I know what I've done, and I want to share. That's the reason why I'm doing the podcast. Now I'm going to have it private. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
I honestly would feel selfish by being private like that. And here's the thing.
I think people should think about that.
Yeah, and what I've learned ultimately is I don't try to control the environment. I just try to control myself.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? If you're wondering, like, who's going to see what they want to, you are fully in control of what people see. Yeah. Nobody can see me out on no date because I ain't posting it.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I might see
you ain't gonna see no man. You ain't gonna see no man. Not on this page. No, but nobody's gonna see me doing whatever I don't want them to see because I am in control of my page. That's the only type of environment you should be controlling is your content. At the end of the day, trust me, I know people who have been through some things. If somebody want to see what you got on your page, they gonna create a fake email, fake whatever.
They can figure out a way to do it.
They're gonna send a decoy. They know they other best friend following you. They're gonna do all of those things because their obsession is just their obsession, and that has nothing to do with you. So at the end, that's why I got out of that whole blocking thing because, like I said, now I have removed followers. Yeah. So I don't come up in your feed, and I don't want to see your stuff in my feed either. But and it may be due to whatever personal choices, or I also like to.
I don't even unfollow people.
No, I do that only because I like to control. Like, it's no different than me not watching a lot of TV.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of TV because a lot of things on TV are not positive for me.
I was about to say that's the only time I unfollow.
Yeah.
If somebody has like it's
just
time,
too much.
But I might just mute them.
Yeah,
if it's bothering me.
More than likely
really
I'll mute or whatever, but I'm not blocking nobody. Honest to God, for every person who ain't follow me, block me, whatever, you see me. You get what I'm saying? Like, you gonna see me on your front page, on the other front page. You probably going to that front page to see what I'm doing anyway from there. It is what it is. So there's no reason, business owners, in my opinion, that you should be private. At the end of the day, if you are interested in the world seeing your gifts, it is what it is. You don't know. Let's just say a celebrity heard about you through a friend that somebody knows.
Now they can't see your
page. Now they can't see it, and they don't want to follow you. They don't want to draw attention to themselves.
They don't even know who you are. They don't
want to draw attention to themselves. Like, you get what I'm saying? So for those reasons, it is what it is. Worry more so about controlling your content and your own page, not who's looking or who's watching. Because at the end of the day, haters are also promotion, okay? So if you're worrying about even like it coming from a negative side, I've literally had people tell me like, I don't know, I might have heard of this or that, but you don't give me that. Listen, because look, you can believe both sides. It's probably true. It's fine. Either way, it's okay. It is, absolutely.
And I think I want to touch on that selfish thing. I think for people who are really, your business, you feel like that's your purpose. Like, don't keep that private.
No.
Your purpose is not meant to be private. It's not meant to be boxed into a box. You really, if you want the world to see, or even your audience, like, how do you get to your audience? Like, you think everybody who you're called to is gonna go through the loopholes and everything, and no, because you definitely missed me. You missed me quick, and I'm not even that.
And I even just thinking of you, like, you have brought me so many amazing people that I've met through you, and I can't imagine if that you would have been turned off simply because of the privacy.
Yeah, I would have.
So on top of losing you, who is a huge supporter who's connected, you really pour into businesses that you really truly believe in. It would have been 10 people behind you.
And I don't think people look at it like that. Because it's like, yo, if like you said, if the makeup artist that I was looking at, I didn't even get to see her work. And then at that point, I didn't even care. Because again, I was just like, I don't want to be her friend. I just want to see if what she has is suitable for what I'm looking for. Like, to begin with, I don't want to friend you
follow everything that I might see passively in business unless there's a genuine interest. Like, you ever seen, just in social media, period, like, there are some people who look interesting. So what do you say? I like to see more about this person. Or, I would not like to see more about this person. Either way, both people still got paid.
Yeah.
Like, what? Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't count, I mean, on the business side, like I said, I don't count money that I don't have. I'm not worried about I can't sell what people not buying. You know what I'm saying? If some people don't drink juices, so if you're a smoothie drinker, I can't make you drink a juice. I could possibly influence you to at some point because I've absolutely had that, but I can't make you buy a juice if you're a smoothie person. If you have no interest in buying juices,
I think you just limit yourself altogether, right? I'm thinking about, you're saying juices, and I'm thinking, there's so much more to you than juices.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
So, like,
and there's people who've never bought a juice, but definitely paid that price to be on the Beef Fit for Business
I was about to say, came to the podcast.
Or have been a part of my pop-up shop.
Pop-up shops. Hiking groups.
My meatless challenges.
That's what I'm saying. I just think you
limit. Community.
I think you limit your network. By being private. I just think you limit yourself by that privacy wall of that. And I would say to the business owners that are private, I would ask them to dig a little bit why.
Yeah, ask yourself why.
I would want them to really understand the why. Like, and if it's appropriate for you to have a personal page versus a personal and business page, because everybody, some people do it separate if they can keep up with it. Like, I'm gonna have a personal page where I post my kids and what I'm doing and intricate parts of my life or whatever, versus this is my business page. And
it's all screenshotable.
I want to tell girl, you took the words. Everybody,
it's all screenshotable.
If things,
whether private or public,
whether private or public, if people want to get access to you, they will. But I just think I think you miss business, because that's mess, right? That's messy and that's messed up. But I think you're
protects us from stuff like that,
protecting, guys. Or thinking you're protecting yourself from the mess. I think that you're missing more beyond that. Like, you're protecting yourself from the mess, but you're also protecting yourself from probably moving up the ladder and probably getting more a bigger network, probably moving out of the place that you are. You think you're protecting yourself from the mess, but you missing some stuff in the middle of that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's why it's just always important to be impactful. I mean, in my personal experience, I've had people, like, even, let's just say, like, people who have really wanted to buy juices, but maybe financially they didn't have it at the time. Yeah. But, bro, once that income tax check hit, once they got some type of a bonus or whatever, they remember me. Why? Because they're following me. They can see everything I have going on. They constantly feel engaged, no matter whether they can support or not. And I have an open community. It is what it is. On some level, I make something for everybody. So whether you buy juices or not, you don't have to buy juices. If you want to do a meatless challenge with me, it's $12. Listen, if you want to expand your business and come into my network, if I have space for you, it's here. Like, there's so much community in everything that I do that I would feel like I'm cheating people.
You would cheat yourself.
I would cheat myself, and I'm cheating people from what they need, because sometimes it's not even about me. Yeah. It's about what someone else needs. I've had that, like, where I had a therapist that I always used to talk about and advocate for, and she has gotten lots of clients just from me. And, like, Amber, I remember you talking about your mental health therapy and stuff like that, and I thank you so much for, being so open with that, and, you know what I'm saying, and allowing me to have access so that I started seeing that therapist, and I love them. So it's not about me. I don't benefit from clients going to their practice, but it's not that. I could have saved their life.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know. So, yeah.
I think that's something, again, for people to think about.
Yes.
The
why so private. Right? Ask yourself that. Like, give yourself, and you need 3 solid reasons. And,
why?
And guys, if once you hear this episode, I am so open to talk about this with you. If you want to, please feel free to submit. Send it to me in my DM. Send it to me in my inbox, and we could talk about it, like, really. And what I'll even do is we could do a part 2, or we could just do like a show after the show, so that we could talk about why or whatever, and maybe it's something that I can help you navigate through,
or maybe something that we're not thinking of, right?
Yeah, because I'm not judging you. I just want to have a better understanding, and I just want you to see it from a different perspective of what you could be doing that could be limiting you by being so private.
Yeah.
So because you don't know that this is how people feel on the outside of that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think the customer perspective of that, right? And me as a customer, I just choose not to do business with somebody. Probably just like you said, it feels difficult. It's like, why, if I'm looking at anything that I'm purchasing, I want to at least be able to see it. And right now we have the access to do that. So if I go online and I was going to Nordstrom's and I wanted a bag and I can't even see the bag online, I'm probably not going to purchase it. You know what I'm saying? I have to.
And there are certain things that you have to buy in to see more information. No different than the Meatless Challenge is private, but it's once you buy in and you see everything. But
you have understanding of what that is before.
And I still give samples and glimpses of what it's going to be like, so you understand what it is that you're signing up for. But I can't just be like, oh, you don't know anything about it. It's like some secret society. No, before I sign up for anything, I want to have an idea what it is.
Yeah.
So.
But that's anything.
Thank you so much for coming through. Always with the gems, always with the wisdom.
Yeah.
Guys, like I said, I always bring my tribe into the building so that you can have an understanding of what the different things that we really talk about.
We talk about this stuff every day.
Yeah, seriously. Like, we don't be gossiping. We be talking about, like, real issues.
Like, what you think about?
And really trying to see, like, where we could just become better. And again, because I advocate for so many small businesses, and I believe in small businesses, and I'm a small business owner, about to do big business. You know what I'm saying?
You're already doing big business.
I'll say that. Yeah, that's fair to say.
I understand the small business concept, but it's really not.
But
it's
I always even tell small businesses that think of yourself like Macy's. Like, Macy's ain't worried about JCPenney's, and JCPenney's ain't worried about Macy's, because they have who they want. And guess what? I go to both.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
Okay.
That's what happens.
You're the bomb. I love you.
I love you.
That's it, guys. Why so private?
Why so private?